Sherman. Welcome to the Cygnify Lounge.
Thank you.
It's good to have you here today.
Good to be here. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Sherman, tell us a little bit about yourself. What brings you here today?
Yeah, I head HR at Menyala. Menyala is a venture building studio that's founded by Temasek. So think of us like a startup factory. We think of ourselves as co-founders, and we work with repeat founders who are ready to jump right into the startup ring and give it another shot. And we provide them with capital, with talent, with resources, support, and the network, right, to succeed. And so, yeah, I think I think there's a whole bunch of startups upstairs. We got to see a lot of them in action. The energy and the buzz is exactly the kind of energy and buzz that we are familiar with. So yeah, I think that brings us here. We are also good friends with Michael from Cygnify, so came to support.
I mean, you're on the right event for this.
Yeah.
What are the key takeaways that you're looking to get from GITEX?
I think just what the latest pulse, right, is where companies are coming up. I think now every booth we're seeing is there's some form of AI element, AI powered solution, and just seeing how that has been applied. And it's evolving. I think that's very helpful for us to be in the know about as well. Yeah.
It's important to stay abreast with the new changes in technology, and it's moving at such a rapid pace, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I think every week there's a new headline, there's a new development.
Yeah. So if there was one thing you could fix about the tech industry hires, what would it be?
Yeah. So if there's one thing I would fix about how the tech industry hires and scales their teams, it would be this, right? And we work with a lot of tech founders, and the advice that we give to them is really don't hire until it really hurts. Because too often, and we've seen this as well, right? With a lot of technology companies, they scale too quickly. They hire too quickly, and then you see that actually the burn rate of the company suffers, right? The runway is affected, and oftentimes the problem with that these companies face cannot be solved by hiring, right? If there is a value creation problem, there's a problem with the value creation formula that the company has. And they think, I can hire to grow revenue. That isn't always true, right? In fact, it's only going to amplify the problem. And also, I hate HR, so culture is a big thing for me. And if we scale too quickly, we hire too quickly, that dilutes the culture that companies have too. So that's one thing I would solve. Don't hire until it really hurts.
Yeah, it's so important to hire at the right time for a variety of reasons, right?
Yeah, exactly.
If there was one skill that you look for while hiring, what would that be?
Yeah, actually, this is an interesting one. I think you ask different people, everybody might have a different perspective and on what skill that should be hired for. I look out for self-awareness. I look out for the ability that a person has to reflect, to course correct, to almost grow in self-regulation, emotional intelligence, right? We spoke about that. And I think that's a huge thing when it comes to working and coaching leaders, especially. That sets us apart from AI, right? We just spoke about how everything is AI now, right? The one thing that will distinguish us from AI is the ability to be conscious and self-aware.
Yeah, it's what makes us human at the end of the day. It's so important. How do you see your company adopting Cygnify's new talent acquisition as a service?
Yeah, or maybe just more broadly talent acquisition as a service. So we are a venture building studio. We work with a lot of companies, and so my colleagues and I, as part of HR, don't just support the studio. We support the startups we launch, right? And oftentimes we might find ourselves in a pickle where, suddenly there's so many roles that need to be filled, and we could tap into that flex capacity, right, that Cygnify has. And we just spoke about how we need to hire only when it really hurts. And if we give that advice to the founders that we work with, and they're like, hey, it really hurts now, can you fill this role as soon as possible? I think that's where folks like, Cygnify, or, just a bunch of folks that we trust can be recommended to these founders to help fill those important and urgent roles to fill.
And it would be much easier doing it with Cygnify's talent acquisition as a service, super quick.
Yeah, exactly. And folks that we trust, right? Like Cygnify,
last question for you. What does inclusion and diversity mean to you in the tech industry?
What it means to me is this, right? I like to think of diversity, equity, inclusion slightly differently. I like to think of it as inclusion and belonging.
I like that word.
Yeah, it's so much more important, I feel, for people to feel like they belong in a team, in an organization. Sometimes when we speak about diversity, equity, and inclusion, we tend to emphasize what's different and what pulls us apart. But if we focus on creating spaces where people feel like they belong, right? In meetings, that they're not talked over, that they are heard, that they are listened to. They are considered in the design of a policy, of a initiative. They are asked for their opinions when, before something new is launched, right? I think that's when people feel they belong, and that's when that's the philosophy I subscribe to, at least. Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. Diversity and belonging, actually.
Yeah, inclusion and belonging.
Inclusion and belonging. Sorry, inclusion and belonging is an interesting way of looking at it. It was great having you here. Thanks for the chat.
No worries. Thank you for having me.
Hope to catch you again soon.
That's right.
Thank you so much. Bye.